Hate that frustrating experience of starting a putt on what you think is the right line and then seeing it slowly break farther and farther and farther away from the hole until you have a testy comebacker and you end up three putting. Well, in this video, we're going to help solve that problem that's caused because you usually don't aim your putt high enough. And if my video title led you to think this video was about something else, apologies for that confusion, but I promise you the information I'm going to give you about how to aim your putts better in this video will be worth that disappointment. So let's get to it. In this video, we're going to talk about how to make more putts by choosing a better start line. It's a statistical fact that 76% of amateurs and even 20% of PGA Tour professionals underread putts. In other words, they don't start the ball high enough relative to the hole. The folks at both Aim Point and Tour Read have documented and proven that 76% of amateurs and even 20% of PGA Tour pros underread putts. And so they start putts too low. I'm going to help you in this video start putts more to the high side, which gives you a better chance of going in the hole and makes your misses finish closer, a lot closer. In fact, you're going to be surprised by what you'll see in this video. Now, when I talk about the high side versus the low side, we're thinking gravity here. Gravity pulls putts down, so that would be the low side, the direction that the ball is breaking. The high side would be above the hole. That's what I'm talking about when high and low. And the simple solution is most of you need to learn to aim putts more to the high side. So I'm going to set up a putt rolling device here on the green, and I'm going to give you 3 lines for this same putt. This device rolls the ball at the same speed every time, so you'll see what happens when you choose a line that's too low. I'm going to give you 3 lines on each putt. The proper line, which rolls the ball at the right speed and into the hole. Then I'm going to choose the line here, which is where most people, most amateurs miss aim. We're going to talk about why you miss aim there and how to fix it later in the video. And then I'm going to start putts this much too high on a third line. And what I want you to notice is that the putts that are started on the right line go in the hole. The putts that are started on a line too low miss, but as they get closer to the hole, they start breaking more and more, and they end up missing a lot more than the putts that are started on the wrong line too high. In fact, studies have proven, and these are studies done by several independent organizations, have proven that a putt that is started too low will finish 3 times farther away from the hole than a putt that is started the same amount too high. So you want to be 3 times closer to the hole for your second putt? Start it a little bit too high. Now, in addition to the actual putt rolling device, I'm going to do the same thing with an actual putter in hand to show you that this concept works even when it's a live person instead of a putt rolling device, and you have some variation in speed because you don't control speed perfectly. It still helps you to aim a little higher. Some of you probably noticed I'm not using my normal Honu putter in this video. Still love my Honu, nothing has changed there. I'm just trying out today a putter made by Timber Touch Putter Works. This particular one is made of white limba, black limba, mahogany, and the faceplate is Brazilian rosewood. Beautiful, handcrafted custom putter, makes a great gift, and it's not only beautiful if you're a putter collector, but it's also very functional and works well, as you can see in this video. I'll do a full video review on these products soon. Just wanted to explain to you what I was using here today. link to their product in the video description if you're interested in checking that out. So I set up the putt rolling device and rolled 4 putts each from the low target, where most people aim too low, and those average finishing 4 feet and 3 inches from the hole. Then I aimed 4 at the right target, and all 4 of those went in, as you can see here. And then I went at the target that was way too high, and 1 of them went in. The other 3 finished 6 inches from the hole. So again, picking a target that's too high, you finish closer to the hole. Then, just for fun, I did the same putts, 4 of each, with my putter and got similar results. And I tried varying the speed a little bit, trying to die it in at the right target. I made 1 and the others finished very close. Trying to die it in from the really high target. I didn't make any, but they all finished within 6 inches of the hole. Try that. Go out on the practice green, find a putt that's a side hill putt with a significant amount of break. Read the green like you would on the course. Pick a target to aim at. Put a tee down there for that target. And then go about 1 hole or 1 cup, 4 inches or so further above that. Put a second tee down. And then go back and take your putter and make some putts at that. What most of you are going to find is that you struggle to read the green. You underread it, and your original target that you put out is too low, and you miss further, you miss below the hole, and it goes further and further and further away as it slows down and breaks more. That's okay. That's why I created a course on green reading with over 50 video lessons. Everything you ever wanted to know about reading greens. There's a link to that in the video description. Another thing a lot of you are going to discover is that you set up and you're aimed at the hole when you should be set up and aimed at that target. Because what happens is so many of us set up at the hole and then we have to push it or pull it instead of setting up to our target. Another problem that some of you are going to see is when you get aimed at the proper point, you feel like, oh, that's way out there. And so you start to make a stroke around like this to try to pull it back in the hole. No, that's not your job. Gravity does that. Your job is to start the ball on line at your target. So learn to read the green, and until you get really super good at reading the green, aim higher than you think and let the putt break into the hole. Work on setting up on that line. If you need help with setup or a stroke, in the video description there's a link to the course that will help you out with that. But work on those things, and just for fun, take 4 or 5 putts at each of those targets that you put out there and see how close they finish. I'll guarantee you that most of you will find the ones that you start higher finish closer. That ought to tell you something about your green reading, and that ought to tell you something about having putts finish closer to the hole so that you have an easier second putt. And let me stop you right now before you go into the comments and say, oh, I don't mind aiming a little bit low and having an uphill putt to finish. No, you don't. The PGA Tour pros don't do that. Here's a statistical fact for you. On the PGA Tour, they make more 6-foot downhill putts than they make 7-foot uphill putts. And it's not even close. The way to make more putts and avoid 3 putts is to leave your first putts closer to the hole. Uphill or downhill does not matter nearly as much as you think. Everybody always says, oh yeah, I want an uphill putt. Yeah, it's true. Uphill putts are a little bit easier, but closer putts are the easiest. And you get the closer putts by aiming a little bit higher. In fact, you can finish out this little exercise by then picking a target like I did that's even further out above the hole, another hole, and aim at that. And just see how close the ball's finished to the hole. You'll be surprised. And if you like tips like this and information like this that improve your green reading, your putting, and your aiming and help you make more putts, then you know that drill. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Check out this video on the screen now. And until next time, Here's to you making more putts.